Well, so I'm wondering if we can just take a quick step back, Zara, for the listener who might not be aware, and I would even put myself in this category. That's a huge cost savings
Yep.
in short order,
Mhm.
and that's a big line item on a company's P&L, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us why are these companies paying so much? Maybe you're going to talk a little bit about, peak usage and how that works, and then why does a system like a battery storage system, like one you're offering in the CNI space, why does that reduce it so drastically so quickly?
Often businesses will have a spike in energy. So let's use an example is someone comes into the business in the morning, they flick on all the lights, they turn on all the machines, and you have a spike of energy just from nowhere, like oof, it goes up. At that point that it spiked, the utility is going to go, you spiked in your usage, we're going to charge you a demand charge. Not so long ago, I quoted out on a company who had about $20,000 a month in electrical bills, and this demand charge was 12,000. So when you add 12,000 to your 20, you got $32,000. That is a lot of money unexpected. Okay. So to eliminate the demand charge, batteries deploy at the point that you are entering into a spike of energy, and it's going to smooth out that sine wave. It's going to give you a clean sine wave, and it's going to prevent the spike. So you aren't going to get that demand charge. Those spikes also can not be good for some of your motors, electronics that you're running as well. That's not always good for the entire load of the building. But that is where we're seeing the most cost savings is managing the demand charges. Also, some equipment cannot handle spikes of energy. Not good for imaging. Another thing that's not good for imaging is when you have a power outage, let's say at a medical clinic. It takes a bit for the generators to start ramping up, to start going. And if you are using MRI equipment, imaging, radiology, you need a fast deployment of energy, and that's what batteries can do in 5 milliseconds that a generator can't do. There's servers, definitely these data centers, they need quick deployment of energy. And you're only going to achieve that through batteries and the inverters to deploy that energy.
And so it's harder for the grid to supply those spikes of energy because
Yeah,
it's more work for the grid to push that energy out to your facility in short order. And that's why they're charging more for it, right?
exactly. Yeah.
So is it fair to say that that's not only saving money, but also saving overall energy usage in the system?
Yes, exactly, exactly. And
Okay.
it's going to help in having these batteries at site is not going to increase the demand from the grid. And that's why we contribute to grid stability. We're not taxing it. We're not drawing more from it. We are the supplemental ingredient for that kind of circumstance.
Right. So saving significant money to the end user, saving on overall demand to the system, right? And reducing stress in the system.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing. And then on
Yes.
top of that, if you're pairing with renewables on site, right, not only are you reducing demand and stress, but you're also sourcing from a clean source on top of that.
Exactly. And I
So
should
all
hire
that
you, Justin. Yeah.